Yeah, and he said that it's technology which will destroy the caste system more than anything else in this section. And he had many reasons for it, but I want your reaction.
Is bringing me closer to big data. This again is a notion because empirically, if you look at the IT crowd, for instance, like I was heading information technology and was credited with something like one who contributed India's IT among something the top 20%, and top 20 people. I was counted for consecutive 3 years among them. So I have seen this crowd from closer. Again, it could be said to the same thing, like the people who are in IITs and study science, technology, etc. might not believe in such nonsense, okay? But no, the empirical thing is unfortunately very reverse. Let me see, let me say, when I was in IIT Kharagpur, before this, for 5.5 years, during my time, the 60th year of the first IIT, biggest IIT Kharagpur, was celebrated. And the program, concluding program was such, scripted by one professor and enacted by all the kids and families of professors and faculty and staff, was such that everything originated in India and entire world has stolen our thing from here. So this was the dictum. Then there is something like, while I was there was 154th lecture on some occult thing like Vedic science. Kharagpur IIT pioneered every branch of science and technology in this country, and it has recently started during the last 5 years a center for promotion of this Vedic technology, etc. None other than the director actually lectures that. So don't expect anything that the technology brings in, because these people become rather very socially insulated people and deal with that. Now, the kind of technology that are in offering, something like a big data technologies, etc. That means, I think, more familiar word would be artificial intelligence, neural networks and things like that, coming from that family. It's creating a dangerous world. It's a world of extreme empiricism. Just to make it simple, something like that, this is the data. Now data, where is the data? Data comes from past. So this past is extrapolated when giving a direction to the future. That I derive the insight from the data and construct the future. So something like, if you take a survey of India and take a static kind of picture of the people which are analog of data, then what would that data say? That data say that the people believe in casteism. The survey after survey actually established that. So there is nothing that I have not gone elaborate way in my first presentation for fear of time. But this is the data now. If you derive that kind of thing, it would naturally come that most of the people are, it's a popular feel that there is nothing wrong with believing in casteism, and then extrapolate it. So it's not automatic that the technology people, etc., would really overcome caste or this kind of consciousness. Reverse rather is more true.
Raise this issue at a global level and try to bring pressure on the Indian community, Indian government, the political system to bring changes in the present social system. Because global pressure and the countries who are liberal and strong enough to make some changes here. Is it possible?
No, we are living in a global world. The answer probably could be given like that. We are not isolated anymore. But all the problems are significantly faced by us in our locality. That is also equally true. So to the extent that there is a global interface to that, people have been striving. Like there is a Dalit diaspora, there is a global movement also, and which actually is bringing awareness in other societies and countries about what is happening in India, and that is creating a backlash, certainly so. But the battle will have to be fought on several fronts together. Okay, so not to sort of just select that, okay, this could be therefore globalized and the movement could be globalized, that might really work. It may not be like that, but significantly problem is faced here. Problem is faced really in rural India, and that we'll have to apply that solution to that locale. Okay. Problematizing caste recently global level, this has been happening, and it's not sans result. There is a back pressure when you take this issue, like in Durban, that conference happened. The NGOs came together and problematized that even the caste is a race and should be taken cognizance of. And the government had to run here and there, and they kind of provided. They succeeded in fighting that, but that was a success of sort, and this can be said to the credit of a global movement.
Would you please elaborately tell the definition of Dalit? And moreover, one more question. You elaborately define the Brahminical attitude also.
No, simply put, and in fact, that Dalit was an assemblage of untouchable caste. Classically,
Muslims have lost the reservation, terrestrial reservation, after the constitution. But Ambedkar has been made a demagogue of late. How? But at the same time, people say there should be unity with Desis and Muslims. How this problem can be solved?
You might have taken a sense from what I have said so far. This reservation comes from something like an African American, articulated in very nice way, talented term. W.P. Du Bois was his name, and he said the talented term. That means something like the forward elements of a community, identified with the community, come forward, they will take care of, or they would act as an umbrella for the rest of the people, unsheltered people. You are right. Right? This is the sense anywhere, whosoever has really implemented affirmative action, whether it is politics, education, public employment, and so on and so forth, but this has always come in that form. This expectation, I just briefly say, did not seem to work. And the missing point is, in the assumption is that during the transformation, okay, as he actually becomes 10 out of that talented 10, one of that talented 10, as he comes up, he forgets by his class transformation the rest of the people. And this has been happening repeatedly. The Dalit IAS, Dalit IPS, or the bureaucrats, etc., or minister, chief minister, Dalits have produced everybody. Incidentally today, the Dalit president is there now. So what way he is acting, or what way he is taking care of the Dalits who have been left behind? You will not find an iota of that. You will not find an iota of that. It's okay. You can. I would go to the extreme, because I also, in the class terms, I belong to the same class, and I see these people from very close an angle. I have already seen them. My observation is that sometimes the upper caste fellow might be more beneficial to Dalit than these people have been. So this is the paradoxical thing, and now somewhere we ought to conclude, okay, that this does not work that way. So these are all natural details that Muslims go, where the reservation stopped after constitution, etc., etc. Then lot of intrigues are there, and this actually opens up a plethora of opportunity for the people to dig into the constitution, because all our researchers, etc. are, I don't know, I get amazed because that's not my subject as such and I have not harshly comment on that. But these are the kind of things that our intellectuals should have brought forward to the people, that what kind of shenanigans have gone into making our constitution, the constitution of constitution state, right? So, but this is not done by anyone. I am the most unlikely person to speak this language.
I think, why?
One small question. When caste is losing its ground from the production level, when the caste is losing its ground from the production level, how it is getting resolved again?
Yeah, what I left unsaid was something like that the classical caste system has been different from the contemporary caste. Just to elaborate, I would say that caste as a system has died and caste as a consciousness is on rise. Okay, this has been happening. That's the characteristics of the contemporary caste system. So now actually caste as a system, that means system was actually linked to the production. So that has been divorced, largely divorced, okay. But it's in the interest of the ruling classes also saying to sustain this kind of consciousness, because this is what it is. In one way, I have not elaborated in my speech per se. Again, there are a lot of things to be said. Contemporary caste, how do you define? Now, contemporary caste is not the same as Baba Sahib, for instance, saw in 1920s, like a graded hierarchy. It's not like that. Actually, Phule predated Ambedkar, but Phule actually saw that bipolar kind of division of Indian society. Because if you want to see each one against another, in something like class struggle, so you have to conceive something like in two parts. And Phule did it. Okay, Phule did it. Is the first person to identify and theorize that bipolar kind of division of Indian society. Stri, Shudra, Ishudra, in one way, one side, and the rest of them, like Vija, Varna, etc., other side. So that kind of system. So, like I would liken that to the contemporary caste system, say that actually it's the division between Dalits and non-Dalits. Okay, this is the kind of illusion when it creates that Modi, when he claims that he is a backward caste person, and many people, because the Bahujan definition actually includes those kind of things, so he becomes automatic friend of them. People lament, oh, being even a part of Bahujan, he is not behaving as one. No, he is destined to not behave as one. Okay, so there is no lament required.
Hello sir, actually my question is more of an understanding basis. In your talk you brought a very interesting insight that the old view of caste was much of Manu based and the new contemporary view of caste is constitution based. Now thinking about Article 14 that gives equality on the basis of everything, can you give me any data or empirical evidences where it proves that the casteism today is increasing due to constitution?
Yeah, I just hinted it already. Hinted it something like a reservation was the social justice measure, okay, as it originated. But thereafter, post-colonial thing, which were the Brahminic ruling classes, actually weaponized it. And reservation made it to a weapon in their hands. And what way? I already said that they extended it to tribals, extended it to BCs, now BCs. Something like the criteria was the community or whatever should be educationally, socially backward. Now this backwardness sense in a backward country like India, which can be totally taken as a backward in Committee of Nations. If you look at even after 70 years, we actually constitute very well a bottom in the world, okay, in terms of development, etc. What would you call yourself as a backward country? In the backward country, how do you define or isolate something like people on the criteria of backwardness, educational or social backwardness, is not different from the overall backwardness, it's a part of that backwardness, then how do you really isolate? This was the mystery with which actually it got customized. Okay, that caste consciousness as it has when this it is very interesting when BBC actually adopted this reservation. That time, the most enthusiastic fellows going on the street were Dalits. That they thought that their constitution will be increased because of the inclusion of this disease, etc., which is actually the most populous segment of the population. And they got reading from the people who were actually the beneficiaries. They did not know even that they were getting the reservation. They were going to be beneficiaries. So these are the kind of paradoxes of caste, the way it operates.
The growth has to become on its own. I would like to ask you, out of 100 leaders who are asking the government for the benefits for the lower class people, how many of them have tried their best to improve the intellectual caliber and also various developments? And I would see only 5%. And one more thing, we are giving silver plate. In what way they will work hard to get? You can see in Delhi, the Dalits are equal to forward class people in intelligence and all. If we can see, they will get, government has given everything. If you go to government hospital, nobody goes to government hospital. I cannot openly say. I can't to me. If you remove the reservation, the Dalits will be more fast in progress.
I guess so. You see, no, it might be found funnier, but it's not so. Because some way, if it had been operated like self-exterminating and the policy had been formulated in a way that it was not self-perpetuating, probably it would have really benefited. And as I use the word self-exterminating, that means such kind of exceptional policies also should have seen to exterminate itself. Now, while I speak, it is not the language of the Hindutva, because there would be, again, anti-reservations people probably would be speaking like that. But where they come from, that needs to be distinguished. Okay, I take a deal for Dalit and speak this. Well,
I'm not anti-reservation.
No, neither I am. That's why I was stressing. But problem is that you see there is self-perpetuation actually alludes that there is genetically wrong with certain sets of people, which is wrong. Now, there is no need of argument in this, because there is a bit proving. No, it's not just, I am not going to take a case of standing first in IAS, etc. In my time, we have been standing first as a matter of fact with the first generation of Dalits, etc. So there is nothing big about it. People, all children born, healthy children coming to the world are of equal caliber. All that makes a difference is the kind of input they receive. And that's why the basic input, to just make it simple, is education, equal quality education being provided free by the state, the basic healthcare, and the security of livelihood. There should not be an anxiety of living per se. If these things have been taken care by the state, then definitely it will work. After doing this, only the reservation comes into picture. If at all, if it is necessary, consciously you think that there will be some historical lag associated with certain people, then probably you extend them this kind of measure, like reservation or affirmative action. But without doing certain thing, fundamental thing, we could create a superstructure on a dunghill that would not last. And this is presently has been happening.
Thank you, Dr. Anandh. insightful answers. Thank you very much for today evening. We also thank you for being part of the new caste which you are triggered for the urban answer, and you will all be part of that, I guess. Thank you very much and welcome you to the next.